Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Once again, I'm going to be cooking from the Ghostbusters Cookbook, and today's recipe is going to be Egon Spores, Molds, and Fungus stuffed mushrooms. I know that sounds absolutely horrifying, but I promise you there is no funny business going on in these mushrooms. Speaking of, I'll be using 12 white button mushrooms that I've gone ahead and cleaned and removed the stems, and then the stems got finely minced and placed in a bowl. I've also got 1 shallot that's been finely minced and 1 large clove of garlic, 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs, seasoned breadcrumbs, and 1/2 cup of blue cheese crumbles. And then I've also got 1 tablespoon of olive oil. These are all our ingredients, so let's go ahead and get moved over to the stove and we can start bringing our stuffed mushrooms together. In a skillet, I've gone ahead and heated up the olive oil, to which I'm going to add in my mushroom stems, the shallot, and the garlic clove. These just need to saute for about 2 to 3 minutes, or until the shallots are turned translucent and the mushroom stems are cooked through. Once the shallots are translucent, go ahead and season this with the salt and the pepper, which I've already gone ahead and done. I've got my heat turned off, and I'm going to transfer this into another bowl and allow it to cool down just to about room temperature. The mushroom and shallot mixture has cooled down to room temperature. I'm going to add in my breadcrumbs and my blue cheese crumbles. Then these just get stirred together until they're combined. I am going to break my little blue cheese crumbles up just a little bit more. Some of them are still a little bit on the large side. You do want these small enough to be able to fit inside the mushroom caps. I have all of the mushroom caps arranged on top of a parchment-lined baking tray. And all I'm doing right now is gently packing some of the filling down into the cavity left over by the stem. Once you have the caps filled, I've gone ahead and gone back and just gently pressed in a little bit more of the remaining filling onto the top of these. That looks pretty good. This is pretty messy. But it's going to go into a 350-degree oven where they're going to bake for about 15 to 20 minutes, or until the mushrooms are cooked all the way through. It did take a full 20 minutes for my mushrooms to cook, though some of these are a little bit on the larger side, so I kind of expected that. But once they came out of the oven, I did allow them to sit and come down just a little bit. They were screaming hot when they first came out, and now all I have left to do is get in here and try it out. It is cooked all the way through, which is what we're looking for. But I guess the real important thing is how does it taste? These turned out amazingly well. They are very blue cheese forward though, so if you're not quite a fan of that flavor, this one may not be for you. Though I think some adjustments could be made here. You could probably substitute out the blue cheese for some feta. I think that would work. You'll just want to adjust the salt levels since it tends to be a little on the saltier side. But overall, this is a really good appetizer from the Ghostbusters Cookbook. And that is going to be it for me for the day. If you've enjoyed this video, leave me a comment down below. If you try this recipe out, let me know how it turns out for you. And as always, thank you all so very much for joining me today. I've been Valker. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.